All right, guys, we are in the garage. And yes, it's a total mess out here. Anyway, I wanted to start the video out here in the garage and kind of give you guys a quick little update because everybody is asking me about the Mortal Kombat 2. When are we gonna work on the Mortal Kombat 2? Well, the short answer is next. This video right here, today, we're gonna work on the Bally Radical because I need to finish the LED job because the machine is torn apart and I want to play it and enjoy it. It's already down there. And then after this video, we're going to be working on the Mortal Kombat 2. So here's where it is right now, okay? And by the way, I was away last weekend, so we couldn't do a video, so I apologize that it's been 2 weeks, but I just wasn't here. But anyway, here's the Mortal Kombat 2. When we last worked on it, we did the control panel. We rebuilt that with a Repro overlay and put new buttons and joysticks on there. That looks great. And then we went on to the stupid monitor that I have yet to figure out what's wrong with it, and here it is. I mean, it is a mess out here. I have to clean this up before we can work out here. Now, it is getting rather late in the year, so I'm kind of under the gun to finish this before the snow comes. And then there's the question of where does this go in the basement? I don't have any of these answers, but I want to finish this project, and I also want to finish the Turtles because I have all the artwork from Joe Sasbo. But it's looking like this is going to be a spring project. Power drift, I have no idea. But I was thinking, though, because I've also had a lot of people ask me about the Bronco, okay? And I really want to work on the Bronco. I have it out here right now. So I'm kind of thinking the rest of the year is going to be us alternating back and forth. And you guys tell me in the comments below if you like this idea. We're going to alternate back and forth between the Bronco and the Mortal Kombat 2 and try to get as much done as we can before it gets too unbearable out here with the cold. And I'm guessing we can go till November or so. And then it's probably going to get stupid cold. Maybe we can still work on the Bronco, bring parts of it in the basement. I don't know. But I'm going to have to get the back glass off of here and bring it in the basement. I'm still looking for a back glass. And by the way, here's that printer stand that was in the basement. I pulled that out. We got to throw that out. And I have the fridge now where the printer stand used to be so we so we were able to bring another game in the basement. But the Bronco's here. I've been getting a lot of people asking about it. We'll get to this soon, too. So what do you guys think of this plan, though? Mortal Kombat 2 and Bronco will alternate between the two until it gets too cold out here. And then in the spring, we'll start the Turtles. Power drift, I have no idea. So anyway, a quick update. And by the way, when we start on the Mortal Kombat, I want to attack the cabinet and take a break from that monitor. And I'm actually really thinking about sending the chassis out. Would you guys really be mad at me if I did that? Tell me in the comments. I'm really tempted to just send the chassis out to get repaired. Jay and I use this place for the hangar. I could have it back in a couple days and just kind of move on with my life. It's tempting, isn't it? You guys tell me. I don't want to give up. I don't like giving up. But I am considering it just so we can get through this project. But I think the Mortal Kombat's gonna be really fun. I need to talk to Rich at this whole game and get some side art. But the first video for Mortal Kombat, though, I want to basically strip the cabinet and get all the black off and maybe the old artwork, and then we'll have basically bare wood. So anyway, I just wanted to do this little quick update. Why don't we go to the basement now? Let's do the real video. We're going to finish the LEDs on the Bally Radical. I'm actually very excited about it. So, all right, guys, let's go down to the basement. Hey guys, we are in the basement, and today guys, on this episode of John's Arcade, well guys, this is it. Part number 2 of our little Pinball LED series. That's right, this is part number 2 of our 1990 Bally Radical kind of how-to LED video series. Now, in the last video, part number 1, if you guys missed it, go back and watch it, because in part number 1, we did the General Illumination. We replaced all the General Illumination, the incandescent General Illumination bulbs with Comet Pinball clear 2 SMD sunlight bulbs, okay? And the sunlight is kind of a not quite yellow, but not quite that harsh kind of natural, like bluish LED color. So we're kind of in between. I think that the pin looks great. Let's kind of review here real quick. So far we've only replaced the General Illumination, which is basically the lights that are kind of on all the time. Let's turn off the light here, okay? And you know, there was a lot of comments in the last video saying that maybe these were too harsh down here. I really do think it's the camera, the auto exposure setting. Maybe at the end of the video, I'll try playing with the exposures so you guys can kind of see more what I see. but this is not harsh at all, and I think the camera really makes it look like it's blown out. But anyway, last video, we replaced all of these General Illumination bulbs all throughout, and in this video, we're gonna replace all of the inserts, okay? These are the kind of the computer-controlled lights down here, and we're gonna replace those with premium non-ghosting lights from CoinTaker. Also, I ordered the flashers. That's right, the flashers. I know in the last video I was kind of debating about replacing the flashers because right now it has the incandescent flashers. I did get LED flashers from Comet Pinball, so we'll stick those in. And then also on the backglass, and by the way, the backglass looks fantastic. We've got frosted cool white in there. And again, if you missed the first part, go back and watch it because we're kind of continuing from there. But the backglass looks fantastic. Right now we've got incandescent bulbs in here though. We're gonna probably replace those first. Let's kind of review what I have here. And by the way, I mean, look how many bulbs we've changed so far. That's how many bulbs we've changed in the General Illumination. So it was quite a bit, okay? And we're about halfway done. And by the way, this is not hard to do. It is super annoying. You got to kind of take your time and just think about what you're doing. But it really is annoying to change these bulbs, and we'll kind of get into it in a second here. But all right, let's kind of review what we're going to use in this video, part number 2 here. Again, we're focusing on the inserts and the flashers because we did all the GI in the last video. So I picked up some 4-4 Premium Flex. These are non-ghosting from CoinTaker. Now, these are flex, meaning they have a little bendy arm here because a lot of the inserts, the bulb is kind of pointing at them and like the inserts above it. That works fine with an incandescent bulb, which has a more uniform throw. The LEDs, though, they're very directional, you know, like this one here, it's mounted on the top and it just kind of points in one direction. So for those inserts where the bulb is just kind of pointing at an insert, we might want to use a flex. So I bought some of these so we have some options. I got them in blue, green, and warm. And again, you know, I kind of looked at the color of the inserts before I ordered all these, and I think the rule of thumb basically is you want to color match the inserts, meaning a red LED with a red insert, you know, a blue LED with a blue insert. But when it comes to like yellow and clear, you kind of want to not use colored LEDs, and I'm kind of following that rule here. So for like the yellow inserts, which I have a lot of, I picked up the warm Premium Super non-ghosting ones from CoinTaker. So we're going to probably use these 555 warms and all the yellow inserts, and I have quite a bit of those, so we have quite a bit of those bulbs. And then here for the colored inserts, I have cool that we can use like for the blue inserts, or just the ones that are dead clear that we kind of want to have that kind of LED kind of white color. And I have red and purple and orange and pink. So we're gonna experiment with these. We might find that the orange doesn't look great in an orange insert and maybe the warm does, so we'll play around with that. And then I have some 4-4 premiums in warm, purple, red, and orange. I ordered more than we need, just so we can kind of see what works and what doesn't. And then we have the 4-4 cool premiums, okay? So these are more of the cool white that maybe we can use in more of the clear inserts or the bluish colored inserts. And then back here are the flashers. Now I got a couple different flavors of flashers from Comet Pinball. I got now these are purple because if you look at the Radical here, these flashers up here have purple domes and some have green domes. So I color match the flashers. And I actually got 2 different kinds. Ones that are like crazy bright and ones that are not as crazy bright. So these right here are the 9 SMD Flashers, and they have 9 surface mounted diodes. And these ones here are the 5. These are both purple. So we'll try both. I kind of want to try the brighter ones just to see what happens, but if it's too obnoxious, we can swap it out with these. These might be better under the playfield instead of in your face with those plastic domes looking right at you. I did get the same for green. I got the 5 SMD and the 9 SMD. I did get some natural white 9 SMDs that we can fool around with under the playfield. And then we also got these 89 flashers. I got these barrel flashers in pink, 8 SMD. And then I picked up some 89 with the natural 8 SMD. So we have all kinds of flasher choices that we can play around with. And then I also picked up some 555 yellow premium frosted non-ghosting LEDs. I bought these for the Backglass, for the progress kind of lights that are on the skateboard. Right now I have incandescents in there. We did not replace those in the last video. I do think that these are going to be a little more subtle, which is kind of what I want in that area. They do say that the yellow LEDs are kind of a waste because they're so much dimmer, but I think for the backglass and those little progress meters, this is going to be just perfect. And then I also picked up these for the jet bumpers. These are 555 red premium. These go into the caps of the pop bumpers, and basically this has red LEDs on the top, and then on the bottom are normal LEDs that are designed to light up the area below the pop bumpers. So this is going to be really cool when we put these in. However, I am not looking forward to installing these because we have to remove the ramps to get to the top of the pop bumpers, and that's going to suck. So I think the only tool we're going to need here is this. This is a 1/4-inch nut driver. So why don't we just kind of get to work here? I'm going to remove the glass and pull the game out a little bit, and then we'll get to work. All right, I have the back glass off here. Let's pop the balls out. And this is a 2-ball game, so no big deal. Okay, so let's see, where should we start? We could start on this right here. This little circuit board here has a bunch of screw type 555s in it. So I'm gonna keep turning the game off. Now I know in the last video there was a few comments, people saying I never turn the game off when I change LEDs. You know what, I'll leave that up to you guys. You know, some people say the worst you can do is blow a fuse. It takes a second to turn it off. I know that some of the pinball LED manufacturers recommend that you do, so we're gonna continue doing that in this video. You could do it any way you want, but I think for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna turn the game off. So let's turn it off here. And these here, okay, and we wanna kind of look at the color of the insert, right? So I'm gonna pop these off, and these are kind of screw type here. And I want to see what the color of the insert is on the top here. So those are the 2 bottom. So these are purple. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first 4 are purple. So let's do those real quick. And we're basically just turning that clockwise about 1/4 of a turn. And so I'm going to get some 555 premium purples, and I have 8 of those. And this is also a good time to clean your inserts. You could take a Q-tip with a little bit of Windex on it and just kind of go in there and clean the bottom of the inserts. We'll kind of assess the situation after I change these. So here's the new ones, okay? And again, these are the premium non-ghosting. And I'm just popping the old one off and popping the new one in.
In the mysterious mountains below the castle, your odyssey continues against the awesome forces that oppose your efforts to lead.
It's not hard. Okay, and we have one more to go here. And your hands will get dirty. Okay, so why don't we turn the game on and see what that looks like. I kind of like the suspense of of turning it off and then turning it on. Okay, so we replaced them right here. Wow, that looks cool. It already looks cool, guys. Look at that. Those are the 4 purples. You could see that it does look different than the incandescence, doesn't it? I like that. So the next ones here, we have our green above it. That's slick, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and change the greens. Let's take a look at those. The next 4 above it are green. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then for all of these, we don't have to use the flex ones. Where are my greens? Uh-oh. I have cool red, purple, orange, and pink. Oh boy, I didn't get greens. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's see, cool red, purple, orange, and pink. Well, that was an oversight on my part here. Well, I guess we'll try the warms with the green. Let's see how those work. So these are the premium warms. I guess we'll give those a shot. Okay, so I replaced the next 4 here, and we're using the warm white with the green. Let's see how that looks. Let's turn it on. It looks absolutely fine. It looks very green. Yeah, I like it. All right, so the next one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 yellows right here. And actually, all of these here, I'm going to replace. So are these, is this red, orange, yellow, and clear? I think it is. These 2 are red. These 2 are orange. These 2 are yellow. That's clear. So we might mix it up a little bit right here. But all of these are definitely yellow. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to replace these 7 with the natural white. So I'll do those real quick and we'll come back and check it out. Okay, so I just changed all of these with the warm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, Radical is more than 5 letters. So what they did is they used 4 4s to the extreme. So this is a 4 4 and that's a 4 4, but these are 5 5 5s. So Radical is actually a 4 4 and then 5 5 5s and then one other 4 4 at the end. So all of these are warm white. We just have different form factors. So hopefully it looks the same on those Radical inserts. So let's put it down and turn it on and see how those look with the warm white. And I think it's gonna look just groovy. Did I just say groovy? All right. All right, so let's take a peek here. Oh, yeah. So that's the warm white there. So right now, everything to me doesn't look like freakish or weird. It just looks pleasant. Like we're not changing the feel of the game and all that, which is my goal here. So these now we have to change, and I want to go red, orange. So I think what we're going to do is red, red, and then orange, orange, and then natural white, and then cool white on those. And then the center one is going to be a warm white with that orange right there. The kind of yellowy orange. So let's kind of try that out. Just so we can make those inserts look like they're all kind of different colors, which they are supposed to be. It's just they're very subtle. So let's take a peek here. All right, so the 2 outside ones are going to be red. So I'm going to grab some red 555s. And I have a bunch of those, thank God. So I'm just putting the red 555 in the socket here. Okay. And then the center one is going to be warm white. So I'm going to change that one. So let's get a 555. That is warm white. Is this exciting? So here's a warm white for the center. Okay, so I think I want to look at the top of the playfield real quick here, just to make sure I'm doing this right. So we have, yep, okay. And then the next 2 are orange. These 2 are orange. I think this is gonna really make those inserts pop and make them look like they're different colors. Okay, so I did get orange. So let's throw the orange in here. And we want to be careful that we're not getting red. Alright, I have to look at this actually closely here. So, alright, yeah, I got red here. The red and the orange bodies are very similar. So this is orange right here. Okay, so let's throw those in. And I only ordered 3 orange. I hope I don't regret that. Okay. So now we've got, let's take a look on the top here. Alright, so the next 2 are going to be natural, and then the last one we're going to do cool. So these are going to be natural white. These are kind of the yellow ones. And then the one in the back that is completely clear, we're going to use a cool one for that. I think that's going to look really good. This is pretty tedious, though. I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to be so worth it, though. Okay, and then the last one, all the way in the back, which is a clear insert, we're going to use a cool white. Alright. Okay, so that whole array, whatever you want to call it, is done. So let's take a peek now at how this looks. Okay. That looks great, guys. We have very distinct colors now, whereas before it looked like just a big amber blob. It's red, orange, yellow, and white. I like the cool white in the clear ones. And then the warm white and the yellow. I think that looks really sharp. That looks perfect. It really does show off my insert wear, though, because it's so well lit. Okay, so we have a shoot again right here. That looks like orange. We have extra ball here, 50K. So these are all orange. Is it orange or red? I think that's red. I think this one's red and this one is orange. And then shoot again. I'm trying to see what color the insert is. On your mark. I would say that's red. That's orange. Shoot again is red. And the 50K is orange. So let's do those ones really quick. So extra ball. Yeah, that's red. Extra ball's red, and the 50K is orange. So I'm going to replace those. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and replace all these. I'm going to put an orange in the 50K, a red in the extra ball, a red in the shoot again, an orange in the 50K, and then there's a red special and a purple kickback. So I'm going to replace all those really fast, and I'll come right back. Okay, I just changed all of these. So this one right here is a red 4-4. Now this one here, I just simply bent this back and kind of stuck the new one on. Some of those you can't do that because they're so far in, but just be careful. You don't want to break anything. So I replaced these ones. Here's our 555s. There's a red one here. There's a purple one here to match the insert. This is an orange one for the 50,000 point. And then back here is an orange one, if you guys could see that right there. Okay, now that one is one that's kind of pointing in the hole here. This one could have benefited maybe from a flex one, but I don't have an orange flex, so we're going to kind of roll with that. And it might be, you know, once I really get into this, I might be short some bulbs. I might have to order more. I'm okay with that. All right, so let's turn this on and see how it looks, because now we basically have the whole bottom of the playfield done. Okay. Okay, so let's let it do its thing here. Okay, so that is lighting. So I think some of these don't light all the time in the attract, like the shoot again. So we can put it in test mode. So what I'll do is I'll come into test here, and we'll go to all lamps. Yeah, see, now they're all flashing. So now we can really see it, okay? So basically everything now is LED from here down. And we got the orange and the 50K, if you guys can see that. This doesn't look too drastic like the GI. This looks nice. You can definitely read everything clear. You could see distinct colors between the inserts more, but it doesn't look artificial and kind of just weird. I like it a lot, actually. I think the choices I've made so far with the colors, I agree with. I do kind of wish I would have gotten the green ones. I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't order green. I was asleep at the wheel on that one. I'm just looking around to see if maybe I'm overlooking a bag that was sent to me. No. But the natural doesn't look bad. I mean, it looks like green, right? And natural looks great in the yellow there. Okay, so I am worried that I'm gonna run out of bulbs. Because I'm looking up here now. So now I need like a purple for the skater die. So actually there's there's 3 skater die targets. I gotta make sure I use the same bulbs on all of those. Right here we have a red, right here we have an orange and a green. And then over here we've got 2 yellows, so those are natural light. These are all yellows back here. We might be okay here. I'm worried I don't have enough oranges, because I definitely need the orange and the red to make them look distinct here on the playfield, because otherwise they look very similar. And for extra ball, we're using the reds here. So let's do the skater die, and I want to make sure that I have enough of those so that they're all purple. And how many purple 555s do I have left? I have 2, and I have 1 4-4. So I need to hope. So let's look at that one right there. Please let that be a 555. So that's a 555, and then the other purple one is back here. That's a 4-4. No, it's a 555. And then the last skater die is all the way in the back, and that is a 4-4-4. Okay, I have just enough purples to do the skater dies, because 2 of them are 555s, and 1 of them are 4-4s. So I got lucky here. So why don't we do the skater die that's down here? So we've got a bank here. These are green. So here's one. So you can see how kind of tight it gets in here. And I'm looking like right in here. So this is a skater die, right? Yep. So that's purple. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the game off and replace this purple skater die. And I'm not gonna use purple anywhere else. I gotta ration the last 3 I have for the skater die targets. So I'm throwing this in here. Okay, and then the 2 next to it are green, right? Yeah. So it goes red, green, orange right there. So if I look underneath, we've got, oh, we have a combination of 4-4s and 5-5-5s right in here. So they're mixing it up. So the greens, I'm gonna use the warm white. Let's just get both of those out. And then I'm gonna have to get my my nut driver for those other colors there. So I'm gonna grab warm white for that. And you know, you can just go online and order a pre-built kit. I'm having kind of fun. I'm kind of having fun here, making decisions about what I want to use. Okay, so we have skater die and the greens. So those greens look good. I might end up ordering the green ones. I don't love that green. It looks better on the inserts down here. Because we're using the natural right here. See that? It doesn't look bad. The purple definitely looks great in the skater die. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and change these two here with a red and an orange for the extra ball and the 25,000. Now those are 444s, so I'm going to have to get my nut driver out. So this is the red one right here. And these all have diodes on them. So these are kind of the ones that you really want to really turn the game off, just so you don't short that diode to anything. I think it's a good idea. You do what you want with your game. Alright, so let's get a red 4-4. Right there. So we've got a red 4-4 right there. And we're just going to screw that back in. And again, I really recommend getting a magnetic nut driver. I should have bought one between videos here. It's just super annoying. I have a magnetic nut driver sets for my cordless screwdriver. I kind of feel like I want to do this by hand, just so we don't over torque stuff. Alright. Alright, so the red one's in. And you kind of want to move the socket holder so that the light is, you know, tighten it down when the LED is in the center of the socket. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the orange one. Just taking my nut driver, moving the socket. I'll come back. Okay, I got that one in. Let's take a look here, check our work. I think I'm gonna put it in test here. I selected the wrong test. Hang on, let me get it out. Oh, for God's sakes. So when you go to get to the end of adjustments, it should reboot. So you want to press this in and then do that, and then go to all lamps. All right, so let's take a look here. So we just replaced red, green, orange, green, and purple. So what I really like about what we've done so far is that all the inserts look like a distinct color, which we were not getting before with incandescence. Everything just kind of looked orange, you know? I mean, just look at like the Revenge from Mars over here, you know? Like the red and the orange, it's very, God, this thing is so dark. This looks like garbage. We're gonna have to do the Revenge from Mars next, right? Oh my God. I mean, compare that to this. Holy cow. It's not even the same. This is really making this game like feel like it was made yesterday. Alright, so now we got Snake 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then advanced value. Those are yellow. Those are not orange. So for those, we're going to use the natural white. I think I'm out of orange right now too, and I'm looking around. I don't think we need orange anywhere else, because this is purple, yellow, green, purple, green, yellow, clear. That's good. All right, so I'm going to change all these snakes out. We're going to use natural white. Let's take a look at where those are. Hopefully those are easy. Yeah, see, those are all on a little PCB. So I'm going to go ahead and just change all of these on this little board right here. And those are all 555s. So I'm going to go right down the row and put natural white in there, and I'll come right back. Okay, I got those in. That actually sucked. There's a mess of wires right here. Oh my God. All right, let's look at the skate. All right, so I can see the E is not lighting up.
On your mark.
So I'm looking right here at the snake, and the last one is not lighting up. Looks good though. So let's open it up and check out that socket and reseat it if we have to. So it's the top one. Luckily, I think that one's easy to get to. Oh, we got a bad socket here. Well, that's interesting. So look at the socket. See how it has the tab only on one side? Let's see if that came off with one of the bulbs over here. It did. Look at, here's one of the bulbs, and there's that tab. So let's see if we can put it back in. Interesting.
On your mark.
Yeah, we can.
Get set.
So let's just put this right back in here. Yep. Okay, so that tab went right back together. These were really tough to get out, by the way. Really tight. I had to get my pliers for a couple of them. And just not a lot of leverage just because it's so tight. Okay, they all light now. So, all right, let's take a look at our work here. And I could put it in test, I suppose. So all lamps. Okay, so those all look good. Orange, red. All right, so now we need to start working on this stuff here. All right, guys, we're back. Actually, it's been like almost a week since we last cut away. And since then, I've ordered the green LEDs. For some reason, I didn't order these. I don't know what I did, but they were on my list and I didn't get them. So I went on CoinTaker's website. I ordered the 555 green premium supers and also some 44 green. I ordered 10 of each, so we should have plenty to do this table here. So what I want to do really quick here is I want to change out the green inserts, because right now we have the warm white ones in there, or the sunlight. And I'm curious, actually no, we have the warm white in there right now. Those are the coin takers that are right here. I'm curious to see how different it looks if we replace these with green LEDs versus the warm. So this will be a nice little experiment. What's also interesting too is that they seem to have like two colored green inserts, because these green inserts are up here for the R and the A are more of a lime green versus the ones down here, which are more of a kind of winter greeny, kind of, it's a darker green on these inserts versus that. So I'm curious to see anyway what they look like after we put green inserts in there instead of the the sunlight ones, or the warm white ones. So let's go ahead and just change those really quick. And let's see which ones those are. So it's these guys right here. I see, okay. So it's these ones right here. So what I'll do, I'm just gonna turn it off. Let's change the two left ones right here. And let's replace those with greens.
On your mark.
And we're gonna get the 555s.
Get set.
And I'm curious to see just how different these look. So let's go ahead and put that in and that in. So now let's compare this, okay? So we have green LEDs on the left and then the warm white on the right. So let's see how different it looks. You know, it doesn't really look that different. Let's see if we can put it on all lamps.
On your mark.
Display, sound, all lamps. Okay. So let's kind of take a look there. And we can see how different the green LEDs look versus the warm white. So, I mean, this looks more green. This is more of a lime green. Huh, I can go either way. I don't hate the warm white behind the green, though. I really don't. It's kind of a more pleasant yellowy green. But I guess we should just go ahead and change them all to the green. What do you guys think? I'm tempted to leave the warm white in there. Huh. I don't want to be wishy-washy here and indecisive, so let's just go for the green. So I'm going to go ahead and change these all green, and then we'll come back. Okay, so I changed all the greens on the lower part here. And actually, now that I've used green LEDs here and here, these inserts look more consistent with each other, whereas before, this looked really lime green, and this not as much. Now they look identical in color with the green, so I think that was the right move. All right, so let's kind of move on here. So I want to change these here with warm whites. These with warm whites. This is green, green, warm white. So I'm going to go ahead and start changing the stuff in the middle of the playfield, and we'll come back. And if I discover anything that's unique along the way, I'll let you guys know. But I'm just going to keep going here. Okay, so I just changed all of these right here. So the million one, I used the blue on it. Spot letter, I used the warm white. On the Radical letters, I use green. On Skater Die, I use purple like I did over here. And then on the Mega Million, that's a clear white insert. I used a cool blue, and I think it looks all pretty good. Now, I did use the flexible lights in this area because the way the bulb was, it was very far away from the insert, and I'll show you kind of how they're installed in there. But they're basically just like normal 4-4s, except they have a little flex that you can kind of point at the insert right here, okay? See that? So I used the flex ones in these areas because you could see the socket is really far away from the insert, okay? So you're gonna have to look at your game. Now I'll tell you that I looked at the Marco, if you go to Marco Specialties, at least for Radical, they have a list of all the LEDs they recommended. I kind of used that as a guide when I ordered my LEDs, and I made modifications to that list because I didn't agree with everything they were doing. But it looks like they did make some good decisions here as far as the flex lights go, because that definitely works. All right, so I basically just need to keep going down here. We really don't have that many more to do. So I'm going to keep going down here. It looks like we might use some flex and some not. But it looks like most of these are going to be warm white and then with some greens and a purple right there. So I'm going to go ahead and do those really quick, and then we'll come back. We're getting there. All right, guys. I'm done. All the inserts are done. Let's take a look here. Turn the light off. By the way, we might change these. Now, these are absolutely 100% overexposed because of the camera. And later in the video here, I'm going to try to shoot this with manual exposure. But what I don't like about this right here is the coolness of it. I bought some since we started filming the video. I bought some 5 SMDs that are warm. I'm curious to see how those look on the slingshots instead of these cool ones. This is like the only part of the whole thing that I'm kind of questioning, just because it's such a harsh blue right here. So let's take a peek here, though. So on the snake run, I actually used a pink one, which kind of matches the artwork around it. I think it looks pretty cool. There's a cool white right here. We have our greens. These are just warm whites. Skater dyes are all purple and all the greens. Now back here, I had to use the flex ones because these are kind of like inside holes, and I'll kind of show you that right now. So definitely, you know, look at your game. If you can find a list online that you can use as kind of reference before you order, I advise that. It'll kind of give you some ideas, but definitely don't be afraid to make some decisions on your own, just to kind of deviate. Because I think there's a lot of kind of not so tasteful kits out there. But right here, I used the flexes. I don't know if you guys could see that. So basically, they're just kind of aimed in there. And I used them right here, too. You can see the flexes right there. All right, so all of the inserts are done. And all the GI's done. Actually, no, we need to change the 555s in the back glass. Why don't we do that real quick? Because I have the yellow ones for up here. And also, we got to change the flashers. Because I did order LED flashers. So I need to get in here and change these. And I can't quite get my hands in there. I did order yellow LEDs for that. So let's kind of come up with a plan how to get to those. Let's turn the game off. I'm going to just try to get my hand in here and see if I can get them out. No, it's not happening. So we're going to have to, I think, pull this board off from the back and replace those individually. So let's kind of come over here and let's see what it looks like on the back. Okay, so we have 2 screws holding this on. It looks like 1, 2. So let's remove the header, like so. Now I'm gonna get my nut driver, and we're gonna just kind of remove this little board. Okay, so let's see if this board wants to come off. And it does. Okay, so here's our bulbs, okay? And I ordered 555 yellow premium frosted, okay? I got the frosted because I want the light to be diffused. I don't want to have spotlights on the trans light. So hopefully these will do the trick. Now, everyone says that the yellow LEDs are kind of not great because they're not super bright and you're better off using the warm ones. However, in this particular instance, I believe this is what I want. I don't want something overly bright on those little progression things that are on the back glass. So let's pop these in here. Okay. And then one more here. Okay. So let me get my nut driver and let's screw this thing back on.
On your mark.
And then after this, we just need to do the flashers and we're done. Okay, so let's put this in here. And then let's put the back glass back on, and let's see how this looks. All right, you guys ready? I love how the back glass looks so great. So let's go to all lights. Okay. That doesn't look bad. What do you guys think? I don't think that's significantly different than the incandescent bulbs, which is kind of what I was going for. It does make this look a little bit more orange, which is interesting to me because they're yellow LEDs. But I think that's gonna look good. It'll definitely, we'll be able to tell when it's lit. So let's run with that for now. Okay, you know what? I'm just curious though. Do I have enough? Nah, I was gonna say, what if we tried just the warm ones back there instead of the yellow? Would it look better? No, I don't hate that. Let's roll with that. All right, let's move on to the flashers here. So let's kind of see what we have. We've got a lot of choices, okay? So I have purple flashers right here. These are 5 SMDs, and these are like 10 crazy bright SMDs. So I want to try the 10 ones, and if it's so blinding, we might knock it down a little bit to the 5s. Now we have, on the playfield here, the flashers that are on the top, they have these little plastic covers, okay? And we have green and we have purple. So my thought was to use purple in the purple and green in the green. Makes sense to me, right? And then in the back glass, I thought we would use the warm flashers. So I have these right here. And these are just 5, and these are warm. And I also have these big guys too. So for different kind of sockets, these are the 89s, and these are natural, more of a cool white. So I guess we could do, you want to do the back glass ones first? Yeah, let's kind of get our feet wet with the back glass. So let's take this off here, and then let's see what is in there right now. And it's the big guys, okay? So let's remove these, okay? And then as far as the big guys go, I've got 2 choices here for us. So I got these right here, which are pink. So these could be fun. And then these natural ones. So we'll use the natural ones in the back glass, because I don't have more than 2 of those. Because I have more than 2 of those. So let's go ahead and put those in. These things are monsters. Okay, so let's test those and make sure they're working okay. So I'm going to turn the game on. So I'm going to put it in coil test. Display, sound, all lamps, single laps, because the flashers are part of the coil circuit. So it's going to kind of just go through everything. There's that one right there. It doesn't seem too obnoxious. Those 3. There's that one. And there's that one. So it went through all of those. So those all work. So let's roll with that. That did not seem too bad to me at all. And it's going to be diffused by the back glass. Let's see how it looks when it gets back to the back glass. So it's just cycling through. There's the girl. That doesn't seem too intense at all. Yeah, I see nothing wrong with that. Okay, so let's move on to the flashers that are on the playfield. So let's turn the game off. So I'm gonna go with the super bright ones. I'm going for it. What do you guys think? So we need a screwdriver here to remove these covers. All right. So this one right here is going to be a bear to get to. That one we could probably get to from the bottom. So these ones here are like a 555 style socket. Right there. Right? And that's purple. So let's go with the big purple ones, which is the 9 SMD. Just like so. So what we'll do is I'll replace a purple and a green one, and then we'll just test it to see if it's so crazy blinding. If it is, we'll knock it down to the 5 SMD, but I kind of want this thing to be bright. I want a plane to be able to land on this thing if I put it in the backyard. Alright, so there's the purple one, and then let's do this green one over here. Okay, and then let's get a green.
On your mark. Get set.
Okay, so let's turn the game on and see how that looks. It's so dark right here. I did get spotlights. We'll talk about that later here. So let's go to coil test. So let's watch these. Okay, that's not bright at all. I'm wondering if it's in a lower power mode right now, though. We'll have to play a game to really see. I'm going to continue with those. So I'm going to go change the rest of them. We've got 4 greens, and then this purple one's going to be a bear because I gotta remove this plastic. No, this one we're going to try to get to from the bottom. Oh my god, the pop bumpers are going to suck. So it's this ramp right here.
Get set.
All right, we'll worry about that in a second here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace those flashers on the greens, and we'll come back. Okay, guys, I'm done with all the flashers. Oh, actually, there's one right here. Let me see. Okay, so the one there's a dome on the top up here, right there. Okay, that was actually an 89 on the bottom, so I just removed that socket with my nut driver. Now, the 89 I had, though, I didn't have a purple, I had pink. So I used pink in that purple spot. I believe that the pink and purple with the flashers is kind of interchangeable. You can see these are called purple, but the body is pink. So I'm pretty sure about that. So we used what they're calling a pink. I used that in that plastic dome. And then there was one flasher all the way on the bottom here that's also an 89 that is for the snake pit. And if you remember, we used a pink LED for that snake pit light, so I used the pink 89 flasher. And I'm looking around here, and it looks like there's one more right here. This is an 89, and this is just under the ramp, so I'm going to use the warm white, which is really all I have left here in that size. So we'll use the 8 SMD natural white. So let's go ahead and throw this in here. And this is just like under the ramp. So really we're done, kinda. We need to address the pop bumpers, and I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like torture to me. I've been looking at it, and we gotta really remove the ramp to get to them, and I'm wondering just how far we need to take it. I'm kind of looking around here to make sure we didn't miss any flashers. No, I think we got them all. And I'm basically just looking for those really big 89 sockets, which are those dudes right there. Right there. These big 89 sockets. So, all right, we're done with inserts, GI, and now flashers. And the only thing left to do is, well, I guess let's just test the flashers to make sure they're all working. So let's lower the playfield and turn the game on. Oh. This is kind of exciting. It's definitely a pain in the ass though. So let's go to coil, test. And let's let it go through everything here. That one. Yep. Yep. Flash. Flash. Which one was that? Backbox GI. Flash. I saw it go off. Bottom jet. Flash. Flash. That did not go off. The flash left. Let's see here. I should be able to cycle through everything. Let me try this again. I want to be able to manually pick. Okay, I got it into the mode where I can manually select everything. So that's flash left ramp, that's working. Not used. Flash left flip, seaside. Where's that? Flash left flipper. Is there a flasher over here? Seaside. I think it's... No, it's not that. I might have to look in the manual to see where that one is. Let's continue. Okay. There's vertical ramp, sling, right jet. Lock, trough, left ramp. Flash left flip. All right, I'm gonna go check out the manual to see where that is, because that's the only one that's not working. I'll be right back. Okay, I figured out which one it is. It's this one right here. I pulled the bulb out and I flipped it around and put it back in. I read somewhere too that these bulbs are not supposed to have polarity, but sometimes they don't work in one direction. So that's it. All right, so all the flashers are working now. So let me screw this down. Okay. So if we keep going through the test. Knocker. Ball diverter. That works. Playfield GI. Right ball gate. Left outlane kicker. That's not working, but I know it works. Because in the game it works. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Flash vertical ramp. Left sling, right jet, right sling, bottom jet, top jet, out hole, lock, trough, left ramp, left flip. Okay, so we went full circle. All right, so everything's working. Okay, so now it's time to move on to the stupid pop bumpers. I'm kind of tempted to do the one that I can get to right now. God, removing the ramp just sounds like torture, but I'm gonna come back here and let's just do the first one, the easy one, which is right here. So I'm just gonna remove the 2 screws on the top here. Let me see if I can put the camera over here. Maybe you guys can see a little bit better.
What's your mark?
So there's 2 screws on the top, and unfortunately, cannot get to the screws on this one, or this one because of the ramp. So let me get my screwdriver here. Maybe we'll do this by hand. And I'll show you what we're going to use. I think it's pretty cool. So this is tight here. We're hitting the plastic. Okay, so there's the lens. Okay, so let's pull the 555 out of there that's in there now. And then let me show you guys what we got for the pop bumpers. So for the pop bumpers, I picked up these guys, okay? And these are from Coin Taker. And they look just like this, okay? And basically this goes into the 555 socket. And the idea is on one side, the top, we have red LEDs to match the lens. And then on the bottom, there's 4 LEDs that shine downward to kind of light up the playfield area. So what we're going to do is we're going to just basically plop this in there and then put the cap back on and then screw it down. Oh, it doesn't want to go in. Boy, that really doesn't want to go in there. Let's try another one. All right, it's in. So let me show you guys how it looks. So here it is, okay? And the idea here, see, we've got the LEDs on the bottom that are gonna kind of light up the whole thing. And then this thing is just supposed to come down like so. And then the screws, and line it up with the screw holes and kind of get the wires out of the way. Seems to be like a pretty tight fit. So just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten that down and then we'll turn it on and see how it looks. But this one is going to be reasonably easy. The other ones are not. Alright, I got it on. Basically what I did is I took the little LED board thing, I put it in the cap, I put the screws through it on the cap first, and then I lined it up with the actual pop bumper. But like this back screw right now is not lining up. Yeah, see, it's not lining up with the screw hole. Boy, this is a real bear. there. I'm having a heck of a time getting this to match up with the screw hole, guys. Hang on, let me keep messing with this. All right, I got it in. It sucked. Let's see if it was worth what kind of gain we get from it. So here it is. So on the top here we have 5 LEDs, and then it lights up the bottom. I think it looks pretty cool. So now I got to figure out how to get to these other ones. Boy, it's gonna stink. So I gotta take this ramp off, and I'm trying to see. Maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. The problem is this diverter right here. I'm wondering if we remove it, if we'll have enough kind of play. So to remove it, let's see, where is it held on? Let's see, I gotta remove, it's floating right here. So it's attached here, okay? So that'll give us a lot of play once we take that off. Let's just take this off here and see what it does for us. Maybe that'll be enough. I'm not optimistic though. Okay. Washer just fell through the bottom. Okay, so that doesn't give us a whole lot of play. Let me grab that washer that fell on the bottom. It's right here. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of play here. But where can I loosen up over here? Oh boy, this thing is screwed to the diverter. So maybe these two screws right here. So I'm gonna have to pop off the diverter, and then these two screws should give us a lot more play right there. So if I come back here, and I'm not sure if I can get my screwdriver in here. So let's see if we can carefully remove this diverter. I just put it to the side. I guess we didn't need to remove that screw. Okay, so if that's to the side, I can get to these screws. So let's see. There's one screw. All right, let's see what that does for us. Okay, definitely gives me a lot more play. If I had a right angle, so what's holding it down over here? This. So it's being held down right there. So let's pull this off. And then it's being held down right here. And This plastic wants to come off. All right, now we got a ton of play. It's not too bad. I think that's going to be enough to kind of get to all these. I'm going to go get another screwdriver. But I think we have enough play here that I can kind of work around this. Yeah, I can get to all this. It's a little tight right here. But we can just kind of maneuver this around. Why don't we just get into it here? Let's do this one right here. Can you guys see what's happening? It's just bad shooting right now. A little bit better. So I'm just kind of moving the ramp so I can get to these screws. All right, so that one's off. So let's get this one.
On your mark.
Let's come in here and grab this one. Okay. All right, there's that one. So just one more, which is going to be the hardest one. Just barely get my screwdriver in there. Okay, I got it off. So what I'm doing is I'm putting it in the cap first and then just kind of tightening the screws through here. And I'm gonna do this for each one and hopefully this works out just fine. I kind of feel like before we tighten it down, we should test this. This is super awkward. So the little wires on here are getting kind of bent on the bulb socket. God, these are tight. All right. All right, I'm just tightening it down, trying to find the hole. There it is. All right, we're on. All right, so I got that one on. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do all of them that way. And I know this is a bad camera angle and stuff, so I'm gonna just keep going through here and doing just like I did, put it in the pop bumper cap first and then thread it on there, moving the ramp around and just kind of tightening it with this. Okay, I got them all on and it sucked. And hopefully I don't regret that I didn't test them before tightening them up. Okay, good. They all work. Let's take a look here. We're done, guys. Boy, those look great. What do you guys think of those, huh? I think they're kind of cool. Definitely lights up that area back there. So the big problem with this game is this area right here. Now, I did pick up some spotlights, but we're not going to do it in this video. We're just out of time. Maybe we'll do a follow-up video later, these little spotlights, and we could put these over here to kind of light up this center area. The one thing I want to do before we stop here, though, let's swap out these bulbs with the warm whites. I'm just curious to see the difference between the two. So why don't we do this sling right here first, and then we'll see how that looks. And I'll come right back. I'm going to change those real quick off camera. No different than any bulbs we've done already. Okay, so I replaced the 8 SMD, which are these guys. These are 8 SMD cool white with 5 SMD warm white. I kind of like that a little bit better. What do you guys think? Does this look way darker on this side now? It looks a lot more natural. I do think that if I get the spotlights in here with those, it's going to look a little more tasteful, I think. I mean, this is obviously the weak spot of the whole game right here. I think I'm going to go with that. And then let's change the same thing. I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see what I see here. But you could see that this is darker than this. And this is the warm white 5 SMDs, and this is the warm white, cool white 8 SMDs. This just looks a lot more lit, but this looks a lot more natural, which matches everything else we're doing. Boy, it's hard to say. I think I'm going to change these two, and then we'll live with that for a little bit. So let me change those really quick, and I'll come back. All right, guys, we're done. So we have the 5 SMD warm white right here in the slingshots. I think that looks a lot better, okay? And we can revisit this later because this is clearly the darkest area of the game. And I did pick up these spotlights from Marco, and we could do this some winter night, okay? But these right here, we can kind of put like one here maybe, or one here, and have those, you know, shining a spotlight into this area here to kind of lighten it up. I did put all the ramp parts back on. Everything's all back together and buttoned up. But let's just kind of take a look here at our work. My God. Yeah, guys, I think it looks totally awesome. It absolutely transformed this game. I mean, it's like 180 degrees from when I got it. It looks so good. So, why don't we play a game? I want to feel those flashers. I want to see how those really feel during the game here. So let's do our best here to film this. I hate filming pinball, but we'll just kind of screw around here for a little bit and just kind of see how the game feels for real.
That's like totally rad.
Yeah, the flashers are awesome. Oh, by the way, I need to fix the shooter lane. It's screwed up. The geometry's not right. There's an adjustment screw. I'll do that later. Because you're supposed to be able to shoot up the shooter lane up that ramp, and I can't do it because this metal is sitting too far up, and I'm hitting the rubber here, and it's hitting it down this way. I think the brighter flashers are better. Yeah, I mean, come on. That is so awesome. The brighter flashers, definitely the way to go. I'm glad I didn't put the lesser flashers in. Oh yeah, the pink snake run light back there flashing is awesome. I think the table's not level. I gotta do that later. I'm loving what's going on here. Drain. Guys, this is so great. I'm really glad I did the flasher too. You guys are right in the comments last video. Oh yeah. Truly worth all the effort, guys. Truly worth it all, I tell ya.
Game over, man.
Look at that light show. Look at that light show. It's sick! So, all right, I'm gonna put the glass on. You guys wanna hang out? Let's do some viewer mail. We're done, we did it. Thank God. That was a pain in the butt. So, all right. God, that looks good. I'm looking at it. It looks like a brand new Stern pinball machine to me. It looks that modern. Wow. That was so worth it. All right, guys, let's do some viewer mail. And by the way, if you guys want to participate in the viewer mail, you got to email them to me at BLK. Actually, no, John@johnsarcade.com. John@johnsarcade.com. Can be a question, a comment, whatever. There's a giant mess right here. I mean, I'm looking at all the bulbs we changed. There's like hundreds of bulbs that we changed. It's crazy. I mean, look at all these. We changed so many bulbs. It's unbelievable. That game's going to be running cooler. It's going to last forever now because of this. So I'm so glad we did it. I love it. Now look at the Revenge from Mars. It looks like an old piece of junk. So anyway, let's do some viewer mail. John@johnsarcade.com. Can be a question, comment, whatever. First one here is from Will. Hey John, I recently picked up an early run Frogger with the long coin door and the yellow buttons. I'm in the process of repairing the jail bars on the monitor, but the coin door is missing the face plate that covers the coin slots. I was wondering if you knew where I could find a replacement. Also, there are several holes in the front from a lockout bar that used to be installed. What's a good option to take care of those while maintaining the original finish? Thanks for all you do, Will. So let me show you photos of his Frogger right here. So you can see his coin door is different than mine. We'll look at mine in a second. It's narrow and tall. It looks to be like a nice candidate there. Good looking game. He's got some holes in the front. So let's talk about both things here one by one. Let's look at my Frogger real quick, okay? Because I'm trying to remember. I replaced these. Nah, no, these are original. And these are drop-down coin mechs. Now, yours are totally different. They still sell these mechs. You can buy them like a Twisted Quarter and stuff. So, boy, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know if I've ever even seen that style coin door. Anyone out there have a coin door for him with the mechs? Can we help him out? Leave a comment or send me an email at john@johnsarcade.com. I have to say, Will, I don't know. This is kind of something you got to go on Clov and eBay and Facebook and start asking and posting. I don't have an answer for you. As far as those holes go, that's going to be a little tricky because you don't want to screw up that wood grain. I mean, whenever I fill in holes, we've done it a gazillion times here on the channel, I use dowel rods. You know, I fill them, I kind of pound the dowel rods into the hole, and then I fill them with Bondo. You could try doing that. And then trying to touch it up with some matching paint. You kind of risk making it worse though. So I'm sorry I don't really have any answers for you on that coin door, because I don't know if I've ever seen one like that. Yeah, there's a coin return below there. So if anyone has one for Will, send me an email, john@johnsarcade.com, or leave a comment below. Moving on from Cody. Hey, John, a friend turned me on to your videos about 3 or 4 years ago, and I've been hooked ever since. I got my first cabinet about 3 years ago and created a MAME cabinet out of it. But as of recently, I got a family heirloom that has been in my family for almost 20 years. Yep, I got a Bally 1990. But it's a Pull Sharks. It is awesome because I got it about 2 days before you started your Radical videos. So it's so cool to see you working on something so similar to my machine. My question for you is, other than CLOV and pin side forms, how do you go about researching more specific questions about restores? For instance, I have a blown fuse in my service outlet and I've tried to replace it, but I'm still not getting any power. How would you go about researching that topic? Do you have any ideas for me on what to do? Thanks so much for all your videos. I can't wait to see you keep working on the Radical. So I actually do know where else you can go. 3 things, okay? Number 1, pinrepair.com. That's Clay Harrell's website. It's just an amazing wealth of information. I know he took some of it down, but maybe the System 11 troubleshooting stuff is still on there, but it's pinrepair.com. I know people have mirrored his site, by the way. So that's one thing. And while we're talking about Clay, another thing is I highly recommend checking out the This Old Pinball repair videos, okay? It's a DVD series on pinball repair, and it's amazing. I love it. I've watched them all countless times with Clay. And just Google This Old Pinball DVDs. You'll come to a website and you can order them. I highly recommend, and you might not find your specific answer in these DVDs, but for general knowledge of pinball care and restore and all that good stuff, those DVDs are the best ever, like ever. I've watched them, I swear to God, multiple times. I've even watched the weird ones like on EM bowlers and stuff. So Google This Old Pinball DVDs, that's another one. And then another one is Rec Games Pinball, okay? That's the old news group, okay? And it's on Google News Group. So just Google REC, Rec Games Pinball, okay? That's RGP for short. Google Rec Games Pinball. You'll come to a Google News Group, and it's like 20 years plus of conversations about pinball machines, and everything is in there. So I highly recommend those 3 resources besides Pinside. All right, moving on. So good luck, and let me know. David, hey, John, Steve. What are your thoughts, if any, on virtual pinball tables? Given the prohibited high cost of one pinball table, is there any value to a multi-table virtual pinball game? Mostly living in the hobby vicariously through you, Dave. So David, I don't know. You know, I did a review on this channel a long time ago of a virtual pinball table, and I wasn't too impressed. I really like the kinetic energy, but I've been seeing them, and they seem like they're getting better. I am kind of casually interested in them. I don't know if we'll ever do one on this channel. I'd have to be really bored and have no projects. But I kind of wouldn't mind dabbling with it. It seems kind of fun. I don't recommend like destroying a pinball machine to do it. I would do a scratch-built cabinet, you know, and all that. But I don't know. The ones I've played, I don't know. I still like the real thing better, right? Don't you? So I don't have any thoughts. Do you guys have thoughts? Leave comments below. So, all right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys very soon. I'm gonna warn you right now. It might be a little bit over a week before the next video because I have some family stuff going on. So if I'm not around and there's no new video, it means nothing. I'm just busy. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you very soon. Be sure to check out my podcast, Video Game Outsiders, at videogameoutsiders.com. We do that live every Tuesday at riotcast.com and videogameoutsiders.com. We also have an app on the iOS Store and Google Play. Search for Video Game Outsiders. All right, guys, that's it. I'm done. I'll see you very soon. Later, and bye.